If you don't get any really high end or any really low end, then you kind of try to make it nasally and stick to the middle tones because that's what comes through the best when you're recording. Boy howdy, welcome to episode 13 of the 421.
Are we really on episode 13?
It's either 12 or 13, but I think it's 13.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure it's 13.
We're in I didn't even know we were in double digits for a while.
Hell yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed Weekend at Salty's.
Oh, Weekend at Salty's was great.
We had a blast making it. I had a blast going back and editing it.
I guilty pleasure, I listened to it all over again like twice.
I'll admit the slow parts were slow, but boy howdy, when we laid into it, I had a load of fun. It was super great. Super great.
I would love to see that come to fruition for some reason or another.
That'd be dope. Give us fan art.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanna see Salt Fest with just the sea of Xanders. To see that shot would be fantastic in my head.
Just the thick curly hair bobbing up and down as come on everybody, jump. Crisscross will make you fuck your dad. Bring that one back around.
Clip it.
Clip.
Talk about
Sorry.
my tall sip of water. Corona.
Pause.
Oh no, wait, we can't say it. We can't say that.
Why?
I think we get demonetized if we say that.
Will we get banned in China if we say it?
I mean, probably, definitely, but we should be banned in China as it is. You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, I had to spit it out. That shit was gross.
Today's the first day I actually am not fiending for a hit of a vape I don't have anymore.
I was the opposite. Today was the first day that I fiended for the
Really?
hit.
Did you get it?
No.
Okay.
No, I think it's the weather, honestly.
Do you know what it's for me? It's when I'm doing menial tasks like editing and fucking playing League with you guys and stuff like that. That's when when I'm sitting at work and nobody's there and I'm fucking waiting.
I did one.
I haven't had any fucking nicotine in since you yelled at me. Well, since I yelled at you, I should say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't yell at you.
I very much have taken your advice. I was just mad at you in the moment.
Which advice was that?
That was, you were like, sounds like you should just quit or something like that. And I was like, do you really want to fuck with me right now? Like, first day off nicotine, you think I won't hit you?
Oh, that was Friday.
Yeah, that was Friday. The start of my fucking hard-ass week.
I remember.
I quit cold turkey in the middle of, one of the hardest fucking weeks. Oh, I was so angry all week. I was like, I can't figure out why I'm so irritable. I came home pissed off. I just was like, I'm so fucking irritable. But today I'm just like, I've not had the urge to even reach down and grab the vape. I've just left it in my bedroom and haven't even thought about it because I just can't find.
Oh, so you still have it?
I still have it. I can't find
the loaded gun.
I mean, I don't have any pods for it.
Oh, guess what?
What?
I found one pod at my house.
No, I don't want it.
Okay, good. Yay, it worked.
I don't want it. If you're
clean.
If you're not doing it, I can't justify it anymore. Alex is not close by to have a smoking partner.
I was at Costco today trying to get fucking hand sanitizer, which is nowhere.
God damn it.
But I was at Costco today, and some guy reached into his back pocket to grab his wallet, and a Views Alto fell out. And I was like, "Ha, chump! You're still a slave to the teen." The nicotine. Now I see why people don't call it the teen.
Clip it. I don't know.
Have a seat.
Wow, do you have a seat?
Yeah, no, I was just trying to get hand sanitizer and toilet paper, which I know is the two things that everybody is saying
Why
they're sold out of. But
toilet
I'm like,
paper? The fucking virus doesn't make you shit your pants. Why toilet paper?
Because in the event they have to stay home for long periods of time, people don't know how to live without toilet paper.
You know what's really sad is I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow.
Oh no, not the. You said we can't call it by its real name or we'll get demonetized. So what are we gonna call it? The
bartender in me wants to call it a different beer name.
A cerveza. Will that get us demonetized?
The Stella Artois.
The Stella Artois. Dude, I came back.
I was like, I don't even want to risk it calling it the light version of that beer. By the way, as a person who is a bartender, stop that fucking joke. Stop it in its fucking tracks.
It's not a good joke to begin with.
Any version of it. Everyone you've heard, stop it. Everyone you've said, stop it. Stop it. Put in a clip of stop it.
I know you want to try it on a different bartender, but you're going to get the same response.
No, we're going to laugh because we want your money.
Right, that is the same response. And then when you turn around, your friends are going to see the bartender go, I swear to fucking god.
No, because as soon as you tip me, I'm gonna talk shit. As soon as the money hits the cup, I'm like, ah, it was funny, you fucker. I've already done it. Don't tempt me. That being said, it's Dice's turn for a segment in somewhere that we're gonna cut into now.
Yeah, holy
Cut back to the
fucking-
podcast at some point.
Yeah, I just kind of went on a diatribe about.
Hey, I didn't help. I saw your fork in a rose and I raised you one. What? Your fork in the road. Whenever you're having a conversation, you take that fork in the road.
Oh.
And then I just went on another fork, so we have to steer all the way back now.
Sunray, go back and see if he said fork in the rose, because that's what I heard.
Next segment.
Eh.
So, guilty pleasure of mine. I've been watching a lot of YMS lately. I don't know why, but his reviews are fucking fantastic, and he's a funny person. So go check him out. And then check
we're
out
gonna have
our
another
reviews.
episode of us just talking about shit we like.
No. It's I mean you know what it is. I asked you to do this. I asked Jane to write down 5 things that scared him as a child, because I ran across the part where he did like a 4 fucking parter episode of all these movies and TV shows that scared him as a child. And watching it sparked my number one fear that I had like repressed down from my childhood that I didn't remember until I was watching his YMS, and I went, "Oh no, I have to look this up," and I had to rewatch the whole episode for the first time in 15 years or something like that. I watched this whole episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And it doesn't hold water now, but it was a good episode back then, and it scared the shit out of me. But that's my number one. So I wanna hear what scared little Jane back in the day.
All right, hold on.
Little Jane.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. So, I feel like one of the things that I'm going to bring up, I just thought of because you mentioned that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark. There was also an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I feel like Are You Afraid of the Dark was such a good fucking show for
It was.
kids.
Every single kid had one episode that fucked them up.
So if this is number 5 for you, mine is honestly number 1.
Oh, are
for
we
me.
going...
I'm going in order for mine.
mine are just randomly assembled.
Oh, that's fine.
I also only wrote down 3.
My camp counselor.
Was that number 1 for you?
What? Are You Afraid
The
of
Are You Afraid of the Dark episode?
That's not the name of it. But yeah, the Are You
Oh.
Afraid of the Dark is my number 1 fear.
Oh, shit. Okay, well then I'll save...
Because I remember, like, I always base my fears off shit I dreamed about, and I remember that haunting my dreams for a long time.
Oh my god, I forgot about that dream. That's going on the list too.
See, there we go. We got
But,
4.
My Are You Afraid of the Dark thing was there was an episode where they had to assemble it's weird because I only remember this one like specific part, and it's not even that scary. But well, now I don't think so. They had to assemble pieces of a record and glue it together and then like play it on this thing, and it would activate a magic carousel or something like that. But the thing I remember is that there was a well.
Wasn't that the movie?
Was it the movie?
I think it was. I remember the carousel playing a big part in the movie.
It might have been. Like, the scene that I remember is one kid's holding another kid by, like, the ankles down a well, and the one who's down the well has to, like, remove a brick out of the well because there's a record piece, like, hidden inside a hollow piece, and a ghost starts coming up out of the well, and you just see it going, blah. I just remember that being terrifying, be like, oh, I'm dead, and fun. I don't know why that scared me so much, but that terrified me.
I mean, that's it. Like, everybody, it seems to be the same thing across the board. Like, you think back to those episodes and you're like, I don't know why it scared me, because now seeing it, it's stupid, but back then it was just something about it. And when we get to mine, you're going to be like, wow, like, that's kind of a bitch episode, ain't it? But it's just, it freaked me the fuck out. It really did. So my number 5 thing, because I actually thought about it for me, was this one's stupid too. Did you ever watch Looney Tunes as a kid?
Hell yeah, I love Looney Tunes.
Do you know the big red monster thing that lived in the castle?
Really?
That thing scared the shit out of me. Oh my god, I had this weird fucking dream where he chased me through a mansion with that witch cartoon character too, the weird one with the wart. She was green.
Yeah.
And he just chased me through this fucking castle, but I remember him being like realistic and actual furry, and just like teeth were fucking just like half his body would just open up and it was his mouth in my dreams.
Some parasite shit?
Yeah, like, and it was just anytime I seen him on Looney Tunes, I remember actually, like, because I was young, I was actually cry when I seen him on TV, and my mom never knew why. Or I don't know if my mom never knew or it was grandma, but somebody, I used to cry whenever I seen that red monster come up. It would freak me out. Are you going to look him up?
No, I'm going to look up the thing that I'm thinking of. But Sunray, throw up a picture of that red thing. Fuck demonetization. We're going hard in this one.
This is going to be the fun one.
Here, can you search dangers all around you? And then, you know how there's like a movie that every kid watches over and over and over and over and over again because they just have to.
Yeah.
This was mine. It's called The Seventh Brother, and it is there it is. Oh, I can tell from right there. It's right there at the beginning. But it's about a puppy who accidentally gets lost. He like falls out of the owner's truck while they're stopping along the side of the road for some reason. I think they had a flat tire. So the puppy falls out. They leave and don't realize he's out of the truck until they get home. And so this puppy has to get raised by 6 bunnies and their parents. I absolutely love this movie. It's adorable as fuck. But the one thing that bunnies are afraid of is a giant hawk, and there is a hawk who's circling the field, and this is the song called "Dangers All Around You," and it's scary as shit.
Though dangers all around us, there to startle and confound, nothing to fear.
Look at that hawk! Look at the fox!
I mean,
Look at that dead bunny! Look at it!
I mean, that wasn't dead
Wait, look at
bunny.
this next part. Show me there's one scene in particular where talons come out.
Oh, what the fuck? Yo, wait!
That right there! That right there is scary
No,
as fuck!
like blood
Look at
started
this-
fucking spouting on his fuck. What the fuck was that?
Dude, this shit.
That like punctured him. There's just a dead thing.
That's the fox. That's actually a scene later in the movie. But it scared the fuck out of me. And there's a reprise later where it goes faster and it uses more colors.
It uses more colors.
I don't know. It's
Still images moving opposite directions of each other is
scared the
terrifying.
shit out of me. Holy fuck! Show me a there. Look at those bunnies. There's JC
Okay.
and the rest of them. I don't remember.
It's like the Backstreet Boys. There's AJ and another bit we've used a million times.
I don't think we've ever done Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, we always.
It was always NC.
No, we always talk about Backstreet Boys. We never talk about NSYNC.
That's fair. I mean, I know more of the NSYNC than the Backstreet Boys.
You want to know why I know? Because we do it at Cuphead.
Hey, what was your fourth fear?
My fourth fear, I got to get my man who gave me many a nightmare and dominated people in many a nightmare, the Christmas sweater wearing motherfucker himself. Freddy Krueger used to scare the shit out of me, but I loved his goddamn movies. I had to watch him when I was young. Well, I didn't have to. I wanted to. I was obsessed with him, but he haunted my nightmares so many times. And I remember it was to the point where eventually I remember, like, not full lucid dreaming, but I would actually sit and wait for him if I knew it was like a nightmare that involved Freddy Krueger. I'd actually sit down and wait for him to come kill me because I knew it would wake up faster from the nightmare.
I mean, kudos to that.
That was like it just became like the norm that I would have those nightmares, and that's why I was like, I love this shit now. I want to watch fucking Freddy Krueger movie all the time.
And it makes sense that you would like be able to lucid dream to some extent in those dreams because like in the movies, it's pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like Freddy Krueger enters their dreams, but they're still in control in some modicum. Not fully in
Super
control.
Freddy sucks.
There's a Super Freddy?
Oh yeah, put up Super Freddy.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Now you gotta find Super Freddy. Oh, he sucks.
What's different? How does Freddy become Super Freddy?
Oh, it's like the 6th fucking movie, and it's just he's fighting against a comic book nerd, and so he becomes the superhero in his comic books, and then Freddy becomes Super Freddy and defeats him.
Oh my fucking god!
But it does have one of the cooler kills. I give it that. It was one of the cooler kills, but Super Freddy sucks. Shout out to Dead Meat.
Speaking of dreams, I too had a dream that scared the shit out of me. I don't have too many recurring dreams, but the ones I do are all like either very surreal and very abstract or just fucking horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little kid, I had a dream where I would run through the woods and I would find like it looked like an old like western town like you would see in the movies with the saloons and shit. And it was like at night and it was a full moon. And the full moon was rising up just, and it was blah, 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 scary shit. And I know there was somebody chasing me. I didn't know who or what it was, but something was chasing me. And so I would always climb up onto the roof of the saloon. I would jump in through the window, and I would get in this room where there would be like kids in jars, and like just like floating there, like you see in clones in every movie. Mm-hmm. And there would be like jars of brains and jars of fucking severed heads and other arms and legs and shit. And I would see all this, and I'd be like, and and then the door would open up, and there'd be like a mad scientist type character going, ah, and he would chase me around, and I would jump out the window. And the dream would always end the same way. I would jump out the saloon, I would run back into the woods, and there would be like a moment where the camera stopped going through my eyes and focused in on a tree right outside of town, and it had like a wanted sign with my face on it, and then I would wake up.
You should shoot movies. That was interesting. It could have been like a Slender thing.
Man, I would love to do a movie. It would be super, like, I feel like Mallow would get really pissed if I directed a movie.
I'd love to write story for it.
I don't know. I've always loved that kind of shit.
I think you'd be a great like director. Plus, your eye for cinematography is very well.
I would
trained.
be a great like second director because
Probably.
in the end I don't know what I'm doing.
No, Mallow. Mallow, don't listen to this. Fuck it, you can do it.
He didn't even listen to the 2 we told him to listen to.
I don't think he did, or else he'd have said something by now.
Anyways, what's your number 3?
Was actually a book. Oh, Dice reads. Oh my god.
Red. Dice Red.
I still read.
Did you get a fucking pizza party for reading enough AR books?
I did. No, it was Goosebumps, Say Cheese and Die.
Ooh.
That story freaked me to find. I still don't take pictures to this day, and you know I don't. I hate pictures. To this day, I still don't fucking like taking pictures. Whenever we get famous or famous quote unquote, and people want to take pictures with us, I'm always going to be reluctant.
There was only one Goosebumps book I actually read and like enjoyed and thought was really good, and it was the Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Oh, it was cool.
It was my first Choose Your Own Adventure like thing, and I thought it was so cool that you could write a book like that. Oh, I loved it.
I loved Goosebumps, and whenever I was younger, I used to rake leaves and do stuff like that, and I would save up my own money for allowance, but I had a lot of the Goosebumps, and I would actually go to the library and rent them out. So I read like a lot of the series. I don't know why that one freaked me out so much, but the thought of pieces of your soul getting captured every time you took a picture just always stuck with me.
Well, I mean, I'm Amish, so that's already happened.
Hey, look, we relate.
Oh my god.
You don't like pictures either, especially after your story of the Christmas pictures.
I remember Jesus. I remember my cousin had a lot of the Goosebumps books, but my mom would never let me read them. And by the time I was old enough to like check books out of the school library on my own, and I didn't have to worry about the teachers being like, "Oh, you can't read that yet." By the time I got to that age, I was already pretty deep into fantasy.
Yeah.
Like I was reading the Redwall series, the Harry Potter books, which I also wasn't allowed to read.
Mama Jane.
I mean, she knows now.
Snitching.
I remember in second grade, she confiscated my Game Boy because I borrowed the Chamber of Secrets Game Boy Advance game from my buddy Brant.
I don't know if you want to put this in or not, but I just got the image in my head of your mom yelling at you like my mom yelled at me. She yells at you for finding a Harry Potter book under your bed, like my mom yelled at me for finding a bottle of alcohol under mine.
We already did this episode. We can't do the way I was raised.
I know, but it was funny to me. I was like, I never even thought of that. We didn't do comparisons side by side. We just talked about.
No, I did tell my mom I want to get her on the podcast sometime.
I already talked to Mama Dice. She said she'll think about it.
The only other thing I have on my list is the dark. Like, and that's pretty stereotypical.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I was afraid of the dark. I remember when I was young, you know how, like, you see shit in the dark that isn't actually there?
Mm-hmm. Shadows on the road and shit.
When I was young, I had that real bad, and I would see, like, shadows flitting up. And I always slept on the top bunk. And so I was, like, I don't know, probably this far away from the fucking ceiling. So I would see shadows skittering across the ceiling, and it'd freak me the fuck out. I'd have, for some reason, I was stupid and hung, like, a jacket over my bedroom door every single night. Mm-hmm. And then when I turned out the lights, it would look like a Dementor. Add Dementors to the list. I guess I was scared of Dementors. Because in the dark, my jacket looked like one, and I was always terrified it was just going to start, like, floating over towards me and then suck out my soul.
Just sense you.
Yeah, it was just the dark. I slept with a nightlight for a very long time until I realized that all the cool kids didn't sleep with nightlights. So instead, I was just terrified for the next 2 years of my life while I slept in the dark.
Guess I'll just suffer. I mean, my nightlight was a TV. Just fucking play TV while you go to sleep.
We had one TV.
I know. If there was one thing I didn't like was little bit of technology in my life.
Oh my god, I had dial-up till I was 16.
Fully believe my dad bought me a television to shut me the fuck up so he didn't have to quite watch me as much.
Whew. TV will watch him. That's an LCD screen. The government will watch them for me.
So my second one isn't like anything that we can give reference to or anything like that. It was actually kind of like a hometown myth. We had
Hold on. A hometown myth?
yeah.
Brownsville had its own folklore?
Little, I mean, like between the kids, me, I don't want to use their real names. We'll say me, Tim, and Alicia. I know, I'm not saying the real
Great.
names.
All right. But now you got to remember to
Yeah,
say Tim and
me-
Alicia.
Me, Tim, and Alicia, we'd always hang out. We were like around the same age. Tim was a little bit older. Alicia was slightly older than me, and I was the youngest. And we'd always hang out. We lived right next to each other. Tim's was my babysitters. My babysitters were Tim's family. And we were just hanging out in the woods above my house one time, and we found an old mattress and like bottles of booze and shit like that all around in the woods. And so we were started making stories up about how there was just somebody living in the woods and how he's a serial killer. And if we ever go out after 6, we can't, he'll get caught and shit like that. And then I just remember somehow, some way, Alicia's sister's friend coming over and talking about a story that was similar to it. And apparently we weren't the first ones to see this person or his hangout spot. But it's apparently just a bunch of kids that were older than us having parties up there. And that was like the sex spot. So I didn't know that until I was older.
So you made your own local legend.
Yeah. And
Which got debunked, but I mean,
it was
that's still kinda
immediately
cool.
debunked.
Dude, let's make up some fucking Pittsburgh.
But it was
myths.
scary. Like I wouldn't want to go out in the woods at all. Like after we seen it, I was like, there is somebody roaming the woods. And they were like, we should go back out and hang out in the treehouse. I was like, no. No.
I had a similar moment like that, except I heard a woman crying. Years later, I would learn that it was a bobcat. Have you ever heard a bobcat cry?
No, I never lived close to enough to a place where there were bobcats.
Dude, Google bobcat cry. That shit's scary. It sounds like a little girl crying. But I heard that. Me and my cousin heard it, and we were scared shitless, and so we ran back into the house. But and then
Scary sounds of the wild bobcat.
and then
man.
years later, I talked about it. My parents were there, and they're like, "Yeah, it was because there used to be bobcats living up by our trailers." But me and my cousin heard that. It freaked us the fuck out. We thought we were being haunted by like an old woman ghost, and as it turns out, it was just something that could, fucking
kill you.
literally kill us.
The thing you were afraid of might kill you that is impossible to kill you, and the thing that could literally kill you.
Well, there were two of us. It wouldn't have hunted both of us.
Okay.
They're normally solitary hunters.
Time to stop blue balling. So the
Number one.
the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that scared me shitless was here you can look him up. It's the tale of the ghastly grinner.
The tale of the ghastly grinner.
And so it's about this fucking comic book kid who wants to become an artist, and basically he makes this super villain come to life. And
Oh, I can see why you like this one. It's because the lead character looks like you did.
that hurts. That fucking hurts, kid. Anyway.
Oh, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah,
oh
dude.
my god.
Dude, it scared the shit out of me. So whenever put him up, like, that is the ghastly grinner. And whenever he fucking possesses you or whatever, he just like, he sucks your soul emotionless and just leaves you a laughing carcass. And you just become this like blue goo drooling fucking thing and just want to tell stupid jokes and laugh. And it's a scary fucking laugh. And it just, it scarred me. And I was listening to YMS and he was talking about his final thing. And I don't go watch his thing. It's a good watch.
We didn't spoil other people's content.
I'm not. It's a good watch. I watched 4 fucking episodes. It's a good watch. But he was talking about his final thing, and it just fucking dawned on me, and like some repressed memories just came shooting out of me today.
Just the sight of him laughing at you.
And I was like, oh god, it wasn't even him, because when I seen him, because like I said, I went back for the first time in 15 years and watched the episode. When I seen him, I went, It's not your face that freaked me out the most. It was like the dad. The dad, when he looked really possessed and just out of it, it was really fucking bad. Like, I don't know. I remember haunting my memories. I remember I would have a normal dream and there would just be one or two people in my dreams that would pop up and just have that blue goo mouth and laughing for no reason. And then the dream would play out normally. And I was like, that's just how weird I fucking am, I guess. And like, as I said, I shoved that shit down somewhere and it just shot out of me today. And that's why we have this segment, whether you liked it or not, guys.
Oh, something else that scared me when I was a kid. The scene in Willy Wonka where Violet Beauregard blows up like a blueberry. I don't know why that shit scared me when I was a kid, but just like the sight of her slowly swelling up like a balloon freaked me the hell out.
That is.
But yeah,
Willy Wonka was a horror if you think about it too much.
Oh yeah. Lots of kids dying.
Lots of kids. I mean, and a lot of people today don't have the guts to pull that trigger.
Killing kids?
Dude, fuck it.
A lot of people have the guts to do that. They just tend to go to school. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us today on the 421.
We need to talk about Kevin.
We hope you've...
That's a movie.
I watched that, Mr. Gigi. You reviewed that one. Shout out two other YouTubers every episode.
Yeah, YMS, Mr. Gigi, and I had a Dead Meat reference earlier, too. So fucking shout out to those guys. They're awesome. I watched them in our spare time.
If you enjoyed us making this list of things we were afraid of and you want to hear us make other top lists, send it in. That could be a really fun segment.
Yeah, it'd be a nice segment every now and again.
Jane and Dice's top three things to do in a YouTube video. What would be your number one thing to do in a YouTube video?
My number one thing would probably be subscribe to it.
Ooh.
That's the number one thing I'd like to do every first time.
That's
every first time.
What would be your favorite?
60% of the time it works every time. My second thing, if I'm feeling bold, I'll hit the thumbs up.
Shit, if you're feeling bold, well, what about number 3?
I can't have you slap hands on the keyboard this time. I would type my favorite 3 things I'd like to hear Jane and Dice talk about in the comments below.
Making a list so we can make lists.
Yeah, make lists on lists.
Sounds listless.
Our favorite 3 exhibit shows. Pimp My Ride 1, Pimp My Ride West Coast, and Pimp My Ride East Coast.
We love you guys. Bye.
MTV 2.
MTSCFTV. Dude, SCFTV!
Oh my god. Clip it.